Duck kept the yard running smoothly. The coaches admired his gentle shunting. The freight cars behaved themselves, and trains were always ready to time. "Shipshape and Sweden fashion," Duck would say. The engines were impressed. Sir Topham Hatt even more so. "You've proved yourself a most dedicated engine," he said grandly. "Perhaps you could be of assistance outside of the yard too." So Duck soon found himself making occasional excursions along the main line, doing odd jobs when required, a position which gave him great pride. "Not to say that it's wrong having little Duck out and about," murmured Henry. "He does work hard after all. But it's not the done thing, having little tank engines playing about on the main line," finished Gordon loftily. "Is that so?" came a voice. "Then perhaps, if you feel that way, Gordon, you could take my freight cars for me. I'm sure it could be arranged," Duck added sweetly. Gordon was horrified at such a notion. Henry found it hard to contain his laughter. A few days later, a line of empty vans was needed at Edward Station. Duck was delighted to take them. Whilst he enjoyed the main line in full, he liked visiting Edward Station best of all. He ambled gaily along, the vans rumbling beautifully behind. "You look cheerful," smiled Edward when at last the little train reached its destination. "It is good to see you again." "Oh, indeed," beamed Duck. But before he could say another word, the air was filled with a thunderous noise. With a rattle and a roar, and a bellow of his whistle, Gordon and the express tore past. It rattled by with such force, Duck thought he might get blown over. "There's someone in high spirits," grinned Edward. "I can't help but think he's trying to show me up," murmured Duck. "A display of what a proper mainline engine looks like." Edward raised an inquisitively eyebrow, so Duck quickly explained about the others as he tidied his vans away. When he had finished, Edward grinned once again. "Some engines never change. I wouldn't pay them any mind." "Oh, don't worry. I know better than to fret over silly little things," Duck winked. The two engines laughed and chatted as quickly as they could before it was time for Duck to leave. But he hadn't long started away before he spotted a red signal up ahead. "Hello?" called the driver. "I wonder what the matter could be." Duck drew to a halt beside the box as the Cinnamon leaned out to them. "There's trouble at the next station," he called. "Gordon's safety valve has burst. Relief is on its way, but they've asked if you can shut Gordon out of the way." Duck couldn't help but smirk. "Right away, sir," he whistled as he scampered away. When he arrived, he found Gordon in a pitiful state. He stood short of the platform, staring meekly at his buffers. The buzz of angry passengers erupted from the coaches. Duck quickly ran around the train and was coupled to Gordon. He pulled the big engine away to the yard in silence, and stood with him as Henry rode into view. The passengers cheered, and in no time at all, Henry was coupled to the train, and away, whistling cheekily to Gordon as he passed. Duck couldn't help but feel sorry for the big engine, but all the same, he couldn't resist himself. "It's not the done thing, playing about on the main line, is it, Gordon?" Gordon said nothing. He just brooded in a bitter silence.